What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Real Estate Jay, and
it's gonna be a cold summer.
Welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. Let's get straight into it. Let's talk Candace Owens. She was on the Whatever podcast. I think Candace Owens is great. I actually am starting to like Candace Owens a lot more. I'm not going to lie. I didn't like her probably like a couple years ago, but I started listening to her message and giving her a chance, and she's great. I think she's an awesome role model for black women to follow. What? She wears her natural hair. She just wears a nice little short bob because we know that hair in the black community is such a big deal, but she's very simple. She's very conservative. It's black and white with her. Hey, man. And she loves being a mother and respectful to her husband. Like, I mean, how can you not like that in a woman? All right. So, yeah, a lot of y'all should follow her. Let's get into it because she went on this Whatever podcast. And these are just like modern day women, right? And they're like OF workers. So I can't say the name on YouTube, but they're OF workers, you know, those websites, OF. Let's get into it. And I heard she just straight destroys them. Let's go, Candace.
Good times.
Yeah.
Is that pretty accurate? I mean, so
yeah.
you save marriages by having sex with the husband?
Well, I think the tabloids went a little crazy.
Oh,
with the whole, you know, but
New York Post is known to,
yeah.
You know, okay.
They really went wild with it. But I do help a lot of couples that come in. One right now is asking me to lend a hand, and he's more of a beta, and she'd like him to be more of an alpha, and she wants me to work with him on being more just outwardly in control and aggressive in the bed.
What? How do you help a man become more of an alpha? And you're a woman. Wouldn't he have to be around other men? Maybe other alpha men if he needs to be alpha, right? Or maybe his father, right? If he has a father figure, right? Maybe his father figure is, maybe he's a simp. But how do you teach him how to be more of an alpha? And then you're saying in the bedroom. What? That's nuts. And that's her job. This is her job. All right.
Bedroom, things like that. Okay. There's a lot of different psychological needs and reasons why people would want to come and work with professional sex worker.
Sure. Candace, seemed like maybe you had something.
I think
on
it's
this.
the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. It's so in the realm of
stupid
dragons and mythological creatures that it's hard to respond to. The idea that she's saving marriages, it's just
she's destroying marriages. What? And I wonder, is it the men that are coming to her with all these demands, right? Or is it the wife coming to you saying, hey, can you please do this with my husband? Or is it the husband that's coming to you saying, yeah, my wife's got this going on, that going on. She said it's okay. Give me a hall pass. You know what I'm saying? I could do this one time. Is it the men that's coming to her?
You're in disbelief.
I'm actually in utter
belief.
disbelief that she's saving marriages.
Here's another example.
Sure.
Okay. So and this has been, there's multiple clients that do this, where the wife will not have sex anymore. She went and said, look, when they were courting each other, she was down for sex. She was a sexual person. She was all about it. Then let's fast forward, they're married. We're married now, contract solidified. I don't want to have sex anymore. Ew, oral sex is gross. Oh, that's demeaning if you're asking me to do that.
So you're not saving marriages, you're helping people to keep up a farce that they are in a marriage. Because at the very moment that you let someone else into your marriage, it's no longer a marriage.
No.
Yeah.
And
guys
these women, women have turned around and said, I will allow you to see a professional.
So they are not in a marriage. That's the
well,
point.
They're
as
married.
soon as you lend
Some of
your
their
spouse.
wives.
Get them, Candace. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty simple, black and white. Yes, they're not in a marriage. What kind of crap is this?
They're like dying from cancer and this, that, and the other. And
if I'm dying from cancer and my
somebody
husband
sleeps
with somebody else,
I swear to God,
their wives are the
Why
ones
so
that come.
extreme?
Just one at a time, please. Candace, were you?
I just would like to make the point that at the very moment that you loan your spouse out, especially if you're dying of cancer, so they can get off, you're no longer in a marriage. So it's just a farce. It's like it's a common.
And that's a horrible example. Like, what is the majority of cases that someone's dying from cancer and then their husband comes to them and says, yeah, my wife said it's okay for me to do this. Wouldn't that be a sleazeball of a man that would do something like that? Or even a wife? Like, why would you even be bothering your wife with that if she is going through cancer? What? And then you're going to be the one to come and help them. What kind of crap is that? It's such an extreme mindset. And that's women, right? Women have they go to the extremities of things. She goes straight to an extreme. Man, Candace, please put this in perspective.
You're pretending for people that you're in a marriage, that you're in a loving relationship. That's not what a marriage is. So to say that I help marriages, no, you help destroy marriages, and they can go out and say that we're still married because what we've done is we've essentially said, you take care of this aspect of the marriage. It's like saying, you raise the kids, you have sex with him. This isn't a marriage. It's the whole thing is fake,
What do
right?
you think that they should do?
Get 'em,
What do you think
Candace.
that
They should work on their
circumstances-
marriage together. The union between a husband and a wife should work on their marriage together to fix it. You don't bring out an outside person to sleep with your
But
husband or
if
your
she's
wife.
saying, I'm not down for sex,
Then she
I
might be
want
down
you
for a
to-
divorce.
I
I want to outsource.
she'll be down for a divorce. It says in that contract that lady was trying to talk about, this OF worker, for richer or for poor, there are vows that you take in a marriage. That is the contract. Richer or for poor, through sickness and in health, since he wants to use this extreme situation that happens so very often. So she thinks that she's going to come and save it because she's going to do something with the husband. This lady calls herself a sex therapist. I've never heard of these terms and these words. What is going on in this world?
The sex.
What if she's
I
gonna
want
die
you to
from
go to this
cancer and
professional.
she wanted him and she allowed him to do that because he needed to get off some way or shape?
While she was dying of cancer, one of the last things on her mind was,
This is a real life. This is a real
Well, he
life.
should've wanted-
This is a
Thank
real
you.
life. Yeah, this was a real. I'm asking you.
And is that what he told you?
Yeah. So
that his wife that's dying of cancer wanted him to come have sex with you.
not with me. This is from what I've heard. Yes.
Somebody told you
Right.
that this.
From what you've heard, I thought this was a situation that you've been through. What kind of garbage is this? So she used this to try to really substantiate her argument, right? She used that to really solidify her argument. And then she says, well, from what I've heard. So you don't even know if this is true or not.
That as a dying wish, my
Yes.
dying
So
wife
how would
said,
you
please
want
go
that?
have sex with the prostitute.
I saw it
at
on
brothel."
TikTok.
I'm just going to call bullshit on that altogether.
No,
I just don't
because
think
it does
that you're dying
happen.
of
It
cancer,
happens.
going through
People
leukemia.
will literally bring their guys here.
Please bring them on the
Okay.
podcast.
I just want to
Essie,
say
go ahead.
that okay,
Absurd
it's
scenario I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you.
There's a lot of crazy shit. has
there's
been asked
marriage
for in brothels.
counseling where they can take you through sex therapy.
Did you hear what she said in the background? There's been a lot of crazy things asked at a brothel. So y'all working at brothels? So what kind of respect do we have to give to women like this? Like you choose to work at a brothel and then you come in to argue with a conservative woman who's married, who enjoys being a mom. And then you're coming at her with these crazy scenarios and you think you guys are doing the justice of saving marriages, or this one lady is, by doing things with people's husband. It's ridiculous, man. This is the modern woman. This is the modern world we live in. What happened to the regular stuff that we looked and shamed at? You know, this would be shameful back in the 1960s and 70s. This was not something cool. All of a sudden, we're in 2023 and things are just, all the abnormal things are okay now.
Where you don't have to sleep with somebody else. If it's about a woman not wanting to have sex anymore, what's the underlying reason? Are her hormones messed up so she's not wanting to be sexually active? Is there not enough foreplay when they're having sex? Like, there's other avenues you can take for
There's
sex
like
therapy.
normal couples counselors.
Yeah,
Real couples
like
counseling,
regular.
where you try to solve the problem and you
Yeah.
release it, and you don't just source it out to a prostitute.
Go ahead.
The cancer thing is crazy.
It's just the most absurd.
The cancer thing is
He lied.
crazy.
He lied.
But
Yeah, I would say
outside
he
of
probably
that,
lied.
I don't think that it's up to any of us what constitutes a marriage because every relationship is different.
Well,
So
the
if
Bible.
if a husband, okay, but
His words
if you're
have meaning.
Not
Not
everyone is
everybody is
religious.
All right, so if I got to be objective in this video, here comes my objective point of view. You ready? So Candace Owens says that the Bible is the instructions for a marriage, and she's right. But I also believe that sometimes you have to go outside the biblical instructions to be able to make things work. The Bible is good for being there morally, to have things that you guys follow morally, but sometimes you may have to, make other things work, but not hiring OF workers. But I do think sometimes things got to be a little untraditional to make things work. Let's get through this, man, because Candace Owens is just, she's just calling it straight down the middle. I mean,
Well,
But
wait,
it's
hold on. Is
like
that a
saying,
cross
It
necklace?
doesn't constitute,
Yeah,
like, what do you,
Wait,
yeah.
okay, really quick.
Not everybody's
Since we're
religious.
talking about religion really quick. Okay, you have a cross necklace, but then your shirt says "Made in Hell."
Yes, it
Can you-
does.
I'm a little confused.
Ironic.
wow, the hypocrisy. He says you got a cross on. You talking about religion? Got a cross on, and you got a shirt that talks about hell. Let's see what her reaction is. Let's see what the modern day woman's reaction is going to be. I guarantee it's something stupid.
Can you?
I mean,
I'm a little confused.
the stone is red, so it matched,
Why are you wearing a cross
Are
on
you
your
color
neck?
coordinating with your neck?
Because I don't see a cross as religious, so
Okay.
I
Just like
feel
you don't
necklace
see a
was
marriage as religious. So
I don't think that a
words
marriage
have meaning, which is why it's like we're out of stage. People are like, what is a woman? Because they just go, well, we're going to call it a marriage, but we're going to sleep with other people. We're going to bring in prostitutes. We're going to outsource raising the kids, or we're never going to have kids. You're calling it a family. It's not a family, and this is what it is. The words have no meaning, right? I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay, well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
You think that?
That's what you think.
Wait.
It's
That's
been
what you
proven.
think.
So why
It's
are
been
you wearing the
proven.
cross?
Sex
Because I think it's
worker
cute.
is a
You
I
don't
think
more
the design is cute.
a better term.
Wait, real
I
quick.
grew up
Okay.
Catholic. I was religious, and I'm not
Prostitution
anymore. I
being
don't have to
called-
believe in what you believe, and I can say that if
I didn't say
somebody's-
you had to believe. I asked you a question.
But
I
you're
said, why are
telling
you
me,
wearing the cross?
okay, and you're saying that the religious aspect of marriage is the only thing that matters. It's not, because people don't follow what you believe.
Okay, I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
glad we
do.
got an answer. She's wearing the cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
I do.
Would
I'm
you
not religious.
also wear like a Star of David?
It's cute.
As, like, if it was cute, would you wear
Well,
it?
okay, well,
I
I
just
don't
mean,
know
like,
where we're going
I'm
with this.
asking that because I wonder,
Well,
like,
I
my
have-
guess is that you would think that
gotta talk.
maybe you wouldn't wear Star of David because you're like, oh, this is maybe like disrespectful to people who are.
Are you making the
Jewish.
argument? Maybe. I mean.
No, I'm just.
The secular.
It's a very good question.
I'm just saying.
Devil's advocate here. Secular argument. Someone might just say that the cross is just maybe it's more aesthetically pleasing even for an atheist. I don't know.
Sure,
I
but
don't know.
liberals
Okay,
are all about
look.
like having
Would you wear, like,
respect
the
and
yarmulke?
tolerance.
It's,
So
like,
I'm just like wondering if you
I'm
think
asking,
it's.
would you wear a yarmulke? This
I think those are very
Oh, are
different
you talking
things.
like
Why is
last
that?
night?
I'm saying
Different from the
I'm-
yarmulke.
I'm just.
I mean, I was
asking-
raised Catholic, and that's just
Would
not
you
something
wear
that I
a
believe
yarmulke if
anymore.
you thought it was
No,
cute?
I wouldn't. I mean, a yarmulke is completely different than
No,
a cross that's
it's
been
not.
adapted
There's
into a You can
symbols
buy a
of,
cross
like, a
necklace anywhere.
There's symbols of a
Okay,
religious.
the argument of why it's
Hey, what's going on with this lady over here with this lipstick on, with the blue on, with the fake tatas and the Botox? She looks horrible, and that's the worker, I believe, right? Isn't that the 3-letter lady worker? She looks horrible.
Different basically would come down to like how Catholicism has been practiced versus Judaism, in the sense that like Catholics did use the cross symbol, tried to emplace like an indigenous
No,
population.
we don't want to
tried
hear
spread
your
it as
logic on religion. I don't want to hear your logic on religion at all. What? Candace Owens just straight up destroyed these women. I rock with Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace Owens, Candy O. Shout out to Candy O, man. I think she's a beautiful role model for Black women. I think she's a beautiful role model for women in general to follow. This is the modern day woman. This is the modern day woman, y'all.
What? Sensational.
And they just don't understand just the things that used to be shameful are not shameful anymore. So the line is blurred between right and wrong. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? They're still Black, they're still white. What they're doing is wrong, right? The mindset they have is totally crazy, and it's incredible to hear these things come out of people's mouths. And these are women, and these are the women that are out there, and these women think that things are okay to be a 304 worker and go and try to do things with a woman's husband because they think the woman, approves of this. This is crazy. Candace Owens is starting to become the GWOAT. What? You know what the GWOAT is? The greatest woman of all time. She is starting to become the GWOAT. So shout out to Candy O for doing what she got to do and set these women straight. That's all I got to say after that video. Let's get into the outro. Like I say after every video, this is chess, not checkers. And I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's gonna be a cold summer.